Oh, thanks.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna, I don't even want to answer any of these questions.
You do the intro, though.
I'm just going to play the game.
Sure.
All right.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to the FAQ Cast Question and Answer Show, where we answer every single one of your questions that we try to do.
Yeah.
We got a lot this time.
Really?
Because the theme was freedom.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys can ask whatever you want, which means a lot of people asked like one-word answer questions. So
We celebrated freedom,
I'm Sam Neill.
what, 2 days ago?
Yes.
Did anyone watch Fireworks for Freedom Day?
No one asked that. You can't ask that.
Overcast.
I actually could because it was right behind my house. Not a joke. They were right behind my house.
My dog was scared.
I was
my dog was
watching
also
Cats were scared.
Fireworks from couch while I was watching Disney Channel.
I bet there's a Fireworks channel.
What were you watching on Disney?
Zoe 101.
Ooh, good show.
It was a marathon.
Your first question this week comes from Monozoom.
Yeah.
Can you please include Matt Peak in this podcast? It's been almost a month that he doesn't appear in any video, and I miss him. Tell him that Monozoom asked nicely.
How can you miss him if you've never seen him in any video?
Nice, fool.
Once again, answer with the quick response. Matt's busy editing right now.
He's editing.
Matt is a workhorse, and this is one of the reasons why I love Matt Peak. He does not throw himself in front of the camera.
He also doesn't like to.
He does
really
the opposite
be on
of
He
that,
doesn't
actually,
like it.
yeah.
Everyone always demand more Matt Peak,
Yeah.
but that's not what Matt Peak wants. Why don't you want what Matt Peak wants?
It doesn't matter what Matt Peak wants. They want his body.
Dance for me, monkeys.
With all that said, though, I'm actually really happy that you guys enjoy Matt Peak on camera.
Where's
Because
the next level?
what?
I don't know where the next level is.
Oh, I don't know. Probably drive through the gate or something. I do like that you want to see all of us. That's nice. That actually makes, I think, him feel good.
It better.
I think it boosts his ego.
You better. You hear that, Matt? You better feel good.
We love you, Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Bruce, you want to take the
Oh
next
yeah,
one?
sure. Agerzik, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you guys play any tabletop games and trading card games? Well, have I got news for you? We just bought a bunch of D&D bullshit.
Yep.
Like dice and player manuals and hold on, let me get.
We have player
Yeah.
manuals, and we all have custom die.
So it's funny. I guess Joel and you guys all came up with the idea of doing
There it is.
So
a D&D game.
yeah.
I was out, so I wasn't involved in the conversation, but I'm happy that it happened. And then Achievement Hunter announced that they're going to do a D&D game if they hit one of their stretch goals.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
that's right.
Yeah,
that's
and so-
right. I forgot
so
about that.
Kind of
So
interesting.
we have to beat them.
And one of the comments I saw in there was someone saying, "Ugh, as someone who plays a lot of D&D, watching this is going to make me cringe." My answer is then don't watch it.
Yeah, please. please don't watch it.
Yeah, but apparently I know Gus and Jeff and I think Jack, I forget who, or I think Ryan,
Oh, they played.
they've all played in DM before and stuff like that.
Joel
so.
has. Joel's played, so he's going to be
Yes.
our DM, and he knows Dungeons and Dragons relatively well, and we do not. So he's going to be kind of our main guy.
By the way, I was reading the player guide, and I'm not sure some of those characters you guys were coming up with is gonna play nice.
No, what do you mean? What are the restrictions?
Well, I noticed you guys created bearded robots.
Yes.
Yeah. So
And that might not be a race.
wait, you can't be robots in Dungeons
No,
and Dragons?
I don't think that's a race that will be in the
It's
edition
called
that
Dungeons and Dragons and Robots.
No,
James.
no.
That's what it's called.
No. So I'm not sure that's going to be a race that is going to be compatible
Listen,
with the
a skilled DM can make
game
anything
tools
work.
that we have
Sure.
acquired.
All right.
So
We'll
if
see.
Joel is worth any of his salt, this will be fine. It'll be fine.
Well, the thing James is referring to too is Joel sent us this website called Hero Forge,
Yeah.
where you can basically create a 3D model of one of your what do you call that? Just your avatar, I guess, your little
Your
character.
character.
Just your character. They use for a tabletop game, and you can kind of go nuts with it. So like, yeah, I have a robot with a beard with a lizard tail, and he looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. He's got a sword and a chain.
And then you basically you make it on the website, and then the company will 3D print it to you and send it to you in different sizes and amounts of detail.
Just
so,
not entirely sure that you're going to get to have your bearded robot.
There's
I'm gonna have a bearded robot.
There's a whole other dimension to this tabletop game that we're going to be playing that I don't think we should spoil now.
Oh no, not at all.
So there's a whole other dimension. Just we're planning it. It's coming up.
There's a big plan. Next up, Black Nerd. Anyone have an insane night out drinking story? Like, I guess recently?
Like ever?
I was saying the last time I got like shit faced, like crazy drunk was our last day at Machinima.
Yeah, that was the last time I got shit faced too.
I ran into a guy this weekend who was like, "Hey, we met at that party you were at." I'm like, "I don't remember you," for obvious reasons, because I was gone and I was singing a lot of music, and when I sing karaoke, I sound like the lead singer from the B-52s.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Hey! Except when you're singing, what about Tiffany's or whatever?
Oh, Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Deep Blue something.
Sound good.
Prediction, though, I think that we might have one of these insane night out drinking stories after SGC.
Oh,
yeah.
I have a feeling, because I'm hoping to, I don't, there's no way they listen to this, but I'm hoping that we get to drink with Mega 64. That's my
I
plan.
want to meet Andrew.
I'd like to also meet Andrew and talk about his project Wind Whistler or whatever it was. But yeah, I want to drink with those guys in Dallas in a couple of weeks.
James, how do I climb a wall?
Press up.
Damn it. These damn Lego games. They make them so
why.
complex.
Really?
Needlessly
This
complex.
is where
they
we gotta
actually do.
go.
Maybe it's one of the bumpers.
Next question from Hamian. What is your favorite use of music in a video game? Favorite use of music in a video game?
Rock Band.
That's,
I like the way.
I mean,
for me, it is.
I like the way Rayman Legends did it.
Oh yeah,
oh,
yeah.
that's good too. But
Yeah.
Rock Band is.
I love it. I love any game that kind of quantizes music to what you're doing. So games like Rez and Child of Eden. Those
I was
are
gonna
always
say
really
it is really
Lollipop Chainsaw.
yeah. Well, that was just a good soundtrack,
Yeah.
which is not a bad thing.
Well, no, there were
The
boss
music
fights.
like came at you.
The boss fights
yeah,
integrated the music.
multi-phase boss fights.
Yeah.
Those are really cool.
I like when it's used in clever ways. Unlike Manhunter, when it just kind of stops when it wants to.
No way. Yeah, that's a feature.
From what I understand, that's actually something that's insanely hard to program. So hats off to developers for
Hats off to Manhunter's development.
to Manhunter's 3 developers.
Good job.
They've outdone themselves yet again.
Granty H has much changed for you guys since becoming a part of Rooster Teeth. Your jobs seem to be very similar from a viewer's perspective. Thanks. But has it been the most? What has been the most notable change in your daily schedule? I feel like this got asked when we first started.
Yeah.
But now that some time has passed, Bruce.
Well, I mean, like, it's good that our jobs seem very similar because that means we're making similar content in the sense that it's up to snuff. I think it's, in my opinion, I think it's better. But in terms of the notable change in our daily schedule, not really. I think we have more freedom now. We talk a lot to Rooster Teeth, but it's usually like remotely, so it's through Skype or email, and I think most of our conversations are pretty straightforward, and honestly, Rooster Teeth is more production focused than Machinima was. That's not a bad thing or a good thing or whatever. It's just more of what we wanted. So Rooster Teeth seems to know more what we want, and so when we ask for things, they're like, "You bet, go for it," which is really cool and encouraging, which we appreciate.
It's just a nice fit. I think every time we talk to any of the guys or gals who come out here, like, I think Bernie and Barbara and Blaine kind of come out the most, or Gus or Matt. Like, anytime they're out here, I think we always we're left like with this sense of like, we should hang out more.
Yeah.
It would be nice if we could hang out, and that's good.
Yeah, it is.
Rather than being like, I gotta get the fuck away from these guys.
Right,
Like when Jeff and Michael were here, it was really nice that it was like this. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it feels like we've been working together for years already.
It does. Yeah.
Like, we all just fit in. We all have the same types of conversations.
Yeah.
Like, it's all interchangeable, which is really nice.
And it's funny because recently, like when we tweeted about the Achievement Hunter channel, and people were like, "Well, I can't believe you're pimping out the Achievement Hunter channel." I was like,
Hey,
"What's
hashtag ad, Bruce."
ad," and I was like, well, I was actually kind of blown away because
Yeah.
Achievement Hunter, in our opinion, is like in my opinion, is like our big brother. Like,
Yeah.
they are doing so many similar things and so many awesome things that we want to do. And also, I think they kind of, they look to us for influence and inspiration as well. So they're our buddies, they're our friends,
Yeah.
and we love what they do. So when we tweet out that kind of stuff, we actually do love what they do. We watch their videos, and we really love those guys.
Like, a good example, like I've been at other, in the early days of, let's say, Machinima, they were doing some stuff that was like questionable. Like, they were making this app for like Facebook, and they're like, "We need to promote it." And I was like, like, I don't want to, because it has nothing to do with what I'm doing. I was
Right.
doing Inside Gaming at the
yeah.
time, and they're like, "Promote this app," and I'm like, so it's like, "Hey, guy," and like, that always felt very forced, and I didn't like it. Nothing we do right now feels forced.
Yeah.
It's all just a very natural integration. It's like I said, it's like working with your family. Like, it's people you feel like you've known for your entire life, and it's nice. It's a nice natural fit. So. It's like anal.
What?
I was just trying to get James's attention.
I'm listening.
Tighter, louder, angrier.
Oh yes, Fool.
Your guys' mics are kind of low versus the game audio.
Really?
I don't know if you can...
We can turn those up. a little
Man,
bit.
I love live streaming.
Yeah. Is it this one?
It is. And if you just turn that up, yeah, there you go.
That one up?
Yeah.
This one
that'll
down?
do. Sure.
Let us know how it sounds, Spool. Sorry about that, guys.
Next question from House of Fun. Fight to the death. Achievement Hunter versus Funhaus. Who survives?
Achievement Hunter, they have more people.
I think we already figured this out, though.
Lawrence would win because Lawrence believes the
that's right.
sucker punch.
And Lawrence sucker punches
is
him while they're
the-
having sex
is
with his
the
girlfriend.
Is the ultimate attack.
That's
So
right.
can I just rephrase this as my question?
Yes.
So if you come home one day, I guess this is from a male perspective only. So sorry, ladies. You are a man, you come home, your significant other is getting railed by Ben Affleck. Current day of Ben
Ladies
Affleck.
can still answer this.
How?
Ben Affleck is fucking your boyfriend. I feel like it's pretty similar.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I can't speak for the women out
We're
there.
really complicating the situation. Go ahead.
Anyway, I
Very
want
simple.
to. I want to include everybody. Okay, let's just say you're
Come home, Ben Affleck's dick is inside your significant
Like I
other.
said, current day Ben Affleck, Batman, bulked out, huge, 6'3", 230 pounds, whatever. It's sad I know all this off the top of my head.
Well, we looked it up.
We looked it up.
Yeah,
we looked it up.
because we've had this conversation many times now. So Ben Affleck's railing your woman. You walk in.
Or man.
What do you do? What's
Well,
your
no,
reaction?
Not what do you do.
Well, I'm going to tell you what Lawrence does.
Question
Yeah.
part 1 is what do you do? Question part 2 is if you decide to do something,
Can you beat him up?
can you beat up Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think most of our reactions were kind of laughed it
Also,
off.
keep in mind he knows that he is fucking your significant other. In your place
house,
of residence.
Yeah.
On your
So
bed.
he's
He knows
taking
who
a
you are.
chance.
Yeah.
He's taking a chance, and he knows that.
Yeah.
But do you think you could beat up Ben Affleck?
So
Is
now,
basically the
Lawrence,
question
give us
boils
your response.
Unequivocally, yes. Without
There's
moment's hesitation.
unequivocally.
Yeah.
Unequivocally. It's early.
He's just so
It's
excited.
like
that he
he's
gets to fight
thinking of Ben Affleck coming at him, and he's shaking.
Basically.
He's getting nervous.
I'm already getting activated.
Yeah.
You're unequivocally fucking my
Tell
girlfriend.
him why.
Oh, I mean, it's just math, really.
Okay.
You bust in on him. I mean, so the arrangement could factor into it.
Sure.
But not a whole lot of guys are expecting to get rushed down in the middle of having sex, even if they're fucking somebody
I
else.
mean, but he's
No,
on alert.
that's what I'm saying.
He's
He-
on alert.
he is alert.
His
He
adrenaline
knows the
is
risk he's
pumping.
taking.
You can see it in his
Maybe if
9-inch
he's-
Whether
long.
it's you, whether it's Jennifer Garner.
Maybe he's just about to come.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Or maybe
I give-
I peek through the door and
Okay.
wait till I see him about to come. Then I bust in on him.
So
How do you know that
Yeah.
Ben Affleck doesn't pretend to come several times during intercourse like I do?
Well, it won't matter because I am 155% sure that I could swing in, get him on the chin with a powerful flying right hook.
He's got that big bat chin.
Yeah, I know. That's
Really
why it's a
strong.
big target. Got a glass jaw.
So one hit from Lawrence not phases them, right?
Yeah, phases, and then I fall him down to the ground. The beating commences.
I see. He's from Boston. I feel like he's seen a few fights.
The beating commences.
I think a lot of other actors I would be on Lawrence's side, but
Yeah.
he picked the wrong 6'4", 200 and something pound dude.
Yeah.
I
Size
think you
doesn't
just,
matter.
I mean, you just
Only
let him
rage.
finish.
Only rage. So here's the thing. I like Lawrence's spirit. I like to think that that's the way I could handle myself. Like if I was so angry I could beat up anybody. Like so if I went after Brock Lesnar, I could, I could beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Probably not true. I'm gonna be honest with you. Probably not true.
Brock
because-
Lesnar and
Absolutely
Ben
not.
Affleck are not even remotely in the same strata.
Brock Lesnar's around 300 pounds.
I think they are not in the same strata, yes, but I do think
but he's the same size. They are the same height.
that
By the
they
way.
are closer to the same strata than you may be to either of them.
I think you actually
That's
have
true.
I think you have a better chance with Ben Affleck because he probably has less head trauma in his life.
Yeah, see?
And
Well, no, that's bad.
No,
that's
the
bad
opposite,
for you.
That's
yeah,
bad for you.
So you punch Brock once in the head. He's like, "Ooh, PTSD kicks in."
Nah.
And he falls out.
Brock can
Ben
take a
Affleck's
hit.
like, "This fucker just hit me, and I'm Batman."
Who the fuck is that?
He's not Batman.
He is Batman.
I mean, right now he's
Okay,
Batman.
how about this? It would be harder to beat up Batman's stunt double than Ben Affleck.
Well, I mean, probably.
I think that guy's got a lot of
don't know.
concussions.
But I don't
too.
know that. I'm not
I
sure.
don't know.
Ben Affleck doesn't have a stunt double.
Regardless, Lawrence Sontag can beat up Ben Affleck.
That's absolutely
Well,
According to Lawrence Sontag,
That's- yeah.
Lawrence Sontag can't.
I
beat up
feel like
Ben
if you
Affleck.
could
So-
corner Ben Affleck and get him to weigh in on it,
So
he'd,
thanks for your question, House of Fun, that we completely ignored.
So yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That was the answer.
Either,
right?
either way, it's
What was the
fun.
question? If you were Ben Affleck was fucking.
Achievement Hunter wins. Who cares?
woof.
Munzos 18. Do any of you have any funny firework fuck up stories? I feel like Bruce would. and-
I used to
I
get
do.
into Roman candle fights when I was younger.
Nice.
Did you ever get
Whoa.
hurt?
No, like small burns and stuff, but that's,
Well, that's
basically
minor.
to be. Yeah, that's. I actually still have a pair of pants, and remember when pants that had snaps down the side were really popular?
Yeah.
Just rip them
No,
off.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you do,
I remember
liar.
Nope. I just said I don't remember.
You
that.
remember it, all right?
lying.
like when you want to exercise real quick or maybe strip.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember that. No.
And so I had a pair of pants that I wore with that, and then I also had like some minor paintball gear that I would wear on top. But if you got shot in the pants, it would just leave like a tiny little
Scorch mark?
burn singe thing in it.
Oh, absolutely.
Lawrence, come over to this crank and move the crank.
I'm the crank man?
I assume Lawrence has fireworks stories, Lawrence.
Oh yeah, because you can actually
sadly-
use them in Dallas.
Yeah.
You can't in Dallas, actually.
Really?
Oh.
I gotta find the wheel
But what
first.
about freedom?
Yeah, as much as See, according to people in Dallas, freedom just means that gays can't marry and we don't pay any taxes.
Okay.
Do you pay taxes?
Not in Dallas, no.
Oh.
No state income anyway.
Wow.
Still federal. Yep.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
That's really cool.
And also, gays can marry now,
Sorta.
so
Yeah. So take that.
Suck it,
Take
Dallas.
that, freedom.
Well, yeah, now gays can marry.
Bruce,
Still-
Firework
still buy
story. I know
guns
you
wherever
have
you
one.
I have a bunch. So there was one that Dan and I had. It was not a firework. It was a model rocket.
Okay.
And what we did was, it was a firework. We strapped a firework to a model rocket.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Like
ideally,
additional thrust.
Ideally, what we were supposed to do, no, it wasn't thrust. This was supposed to go up and explode. So
Okay.
we were supposed to launch the model rocket in the air, and it was supposed to be timed so that when it was in the air, it would explode in the air like a firework. Does that make
Nice.
sense? Because you couldn't buy fireworks in California, so we had to make our own. Regardless, what we did was we strapped the firework to the model rocket. We timed it. We did some math. I don't remember what the math was, but we did it. And we were like, okay, so if we time it right, we hit the button on the model rocket, it goes up around 3 or 4 seconds in and explodes in the air. So we ignite the model rocket. We lit the fuse on the firework before we ignited the model rocket. Lit the fuse on the firework, ignite the model rocket. The model rocket doesn't go. The ignition doesn't work. And this is a big firework we strapped to it, by the way. It was like an M100 or something. And
Jeez.
we're like, it's not igniting. And I was filming it, and Dan went, it's gonna blow on the pad, and then it goes boom, like that explodes all over this school that we were at, and and that was a good story that we had.
That was awesome.
Best May 9th ever.
It absolutely was nowhere near July 4th.
I know.
Nowhere near.
He said fireworks story. He didn't say.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
this was just us fucking around.
Yeah.
Hold on. Can we really just take a fucking minute and say, why the fuck are these Lego games so complicated? Why?
I like that you're getting frustrated at a kids game.
Fine.
I get frustrated at these Lego games every time I play them.
We're finding
Just
all
do
these.
what they did in the
There's
movie.
all kinds of shit. Well, I actually tried that. I was like, all right, I'm going to go to the back of the car that we were in. Maybe there's a flare, and I'll do that.
Right.
No, there's nothing.
Don't
And then
you-
all this shit, they put a bunch of shit in the level that none of the characters you're playing as can actually use.
That's for later when you come back with those characters.
Just give me the shit that
I
you
can
know.
cut open the vines.
Oh God, Dr.
then there's a
Grant
wheel
can cut
behind
open
it.
vines, and there's wheels back there. Thanks, kids game.
Next question.
Yeah.
It's for adults too.
From Throwaway R9. Adam, did you ever make a house music documentary?
Well, yes. How did you know?
Well, tell them about it.
Oh,
What'd you do?
So yeah, I mean, all my jobs have tied into
Yeah.
each other in one way or the other. So like, I went from G4 to this place called Channel M that did all the in-store advertising for EB Games, and from there, the guy who used to run that company, like the head of production, left to go do a house music documentary. This guy actually, his brother's a very famous voice actor, which I found out later. He did the voice of Captain Hero in Drawn Together, if you've ever seen that, and he does like a million different voices. Found that out later. Oh, let's play the theme. Anyway, so he wanted to make this documentary about house music, and I was a contractor at Machinima at the same time. I was working like 3 jobs, and this guy offered me a full-time job to edit this movie. So I spent about 9 months on it, but I didn't just edit. I went to like clubs every night and filmed, worked on interviews, did the editing, of course, and then just overall a lot of production. Learned a lot, and learned to be very patient with people.
Did you do it all on Molly?
No, so that was
Oh,
actually
you
the
should
funny
have.
thing was
You
like,
should have.
Not a very accurate documentary.
So yeah, the club culture is interesting. For house, it's different, I guess. It's more about everyone there's just smoking weed and getting drunk. As someone who is working, you cannot indulge in anything, obviously, because you're working. So I never had a drink. I think I got secondhand smoke plenty. I got a couple burn scars on me from people putting their
Cool.
cigarettes out on me
That
on
sounds
accident. Fucking hate that.
Accident?
Yeah, it happens.
Accidentally.
Because people have their cigarettes and they're jumping and they go, say bud, and you're like, fucker! Like, it doesn't feel good.
Oh, assholes.
So I kind of learned to hate club culture a little bit, but I also appreciated it. I was never really into house music. I kind of enjoyed like trance and techno and stuff. But I learned to appreciate house and kind of the culture behind it and like the history of it. It was very interesting. But after 9 months, my job was over. And the guy was sort of like, well, you're done here. So I was just like the movie.
The woman's ability is to yell so loud she breaks things.
Don't tell feminist frequency. Please.
Mm.
So then, and then at that point, I think Machinima had started its partnership with YouTube, and they were a bigger company. And I went back and kind of like I had to like re-interview kind of, and that's when I was like officially full time. It was like late 2008, early 2009.
What was
And
the name of the
then
documentary? Do you remember?
When I was working on it, it was called An Untitled Documentary About House Music.
Yeah.
that was the best URL ever to work on. And then I think they ended up calling it Unconscious Therapy.
Oh.
I think the movie came out. I'm not sure. It's hard for me to watch my own work.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much of my original editing was in there. I think he ended up having to hire another editor because it's kind of tough to make a interesting movie about house music because everyone kind of had all the same answers. They're like, I'm sure, I don't know. They all seem kind of out of it when they did the interviews. Yeah, and you kind of get the same story every time. But
Right. That makes sense.
like I said, I learned to appreciate it. And it was pretty cool.
Well, that just means the story was accurate.
Very much. I mean, so the thing about I found out about house music is that's kind of the constant through all of like dance music because it's basically modern disco.
Mm-hmm.
And so things like jungle and drum and bass and trance and all this stuff will like Jesus Christ. All these things will like come and go, but house will always just kind of be house. And so like it comes in like peaks and valleys the way it operates, and like so now instead of jungle we have hardstyle now, and like I think trance is just I don't know, like
Still trance.
Electro pop.
something like that. Yeah, like the name always changes.
Future pop.
Ooh,
like
future pop.
You know,
Dark
like,
wave.
trap is a thing. Like you know, it's all the same shit, different name, more modern instruments.
Ninja
Acid
style.
trance.
Ninja style.
Psytrance.
I remember acid. I remember happy hardcore.
Yeah.
That was all
That was-
shit.
that was a
I listened
fun
to in high
year.
school. Yeah.
Can you turn down the game volume even more?
Even more?
They're whining.
Should we just do it in the game?
That'd actually be probably.
No.
All right, so we
minus-
can't.
Well, that'll actually mess with the volume levels of the recording if we
Do
do
I have
that.
to?
Which is
do
not a
this?
big
No,
deal, but-
just over there. Yep, that'll do.
Oops.
Please do not compromise the sake of our recording for.
Did you see how the Tyrannosaurus Rex was like, wink, wink, and then it actually murdered that guy?
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Wink, wink, Lego game,
Remember
kill.
this part?
I just rewatched Jurassic Park over the weekend, kind of on accident.
Still holds up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty
Bruce,
good.
did you see Terminator Genesis?
No,
I almost went.
I almost went too.
I
Please,
almost went. I
please
was gonna
go.
get drunk and then go.
I would have gone with you.
Man, we got to do that.
Yeah.
Drunk movies are fun.
This Friday.
Except I fell asleep during Dracula Untold.
That was a really boring movie, though.
No,
it was very
Dracula. That was
dark.
amazing.
I liked that movie. I thought
That was the most
was
sensory inclusive experience I've ever
That's right.
had.
Let the
because
games begin.
We all got really drunk
What's
and
that?
then saw
Sipping on this
Dracula
espresso.
Untold.
Yeah.
And there's a point about 2/3 through the movie where the sun's coming up and Dracula's gonna lose his powers in the sun. The sun basically weakens him and he
Right.
can't. But he's trying to fight off an army. And I was sobering up at that time,
Oh,
so
no.
I knew exactly what he was feeling.
Oh man,
Terrible.
It's the new D-Box.
Not a great movie.
They're going to pump your body full of hormones so you feel
alcohol.
terrible at all points.
Insane Twig. What fads did each of you participate in during the 90s that you're ashamed of, i.e. Jinko
those
jeans,
snap
bleach hair,
pants?
pogs?
Yeah, those snap pants for
Ashamed of. Nice, Lawrence.
Do this
Look at Dr. Grant. Excuse me. Ah, God damn it! Shut
So actually, rewatching Jurassic
Shut.
Park this weekend, I did appreciate how much I think Steven Spielberg hates kids.
Yeah.
Because they're sort of like, look at me, I'm annoying, and then he just continues to kick the shit out of
Yeah.
them for the next 2 hours. Or like, Timmy gets like electrocuted. They're just getting beat by dinosaurs the whole time. And Grant's just, I don't think he ever really gets touched. Like, he's fine. And the whole time he's just like, fucking children. I'm like, cool.
you. But he doesn't kill them ever. Steven Spielberg loves kids.
Yeah. He'd just rather
Not like
torture
another
Just
movie
understands
director.
their inferiority.
one Jonathan Landis.
Fads.
I think I did the Jinko jeans and plastic shirts for a while. Remember
What are
plastic?
plastic shirts?
I played Magic the Gathering and Pogs.
They were like anime.
Magic the Gathering's still going on, Lawrence.
And
I know.
Pogs are hot as
That's a
ever.
weird thing.
I played Pogs.
We all did Pogs, but we were all in like elementary school,
Well,
right?
I'm not ashamed of any of this.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed of Pogs. I wore hypercolor shirts. Remember those?
Nice.
Those are cool.
Are those the ones that change color?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I had a Trapper Keeper, and I'm pretty sure on the front of it, it had a giant, like, reflective marble that reflected a world of pink and checkerboard.
Damn,
like,
that's cool.
Cones and stuff.
Maybe I scream at this thing. Nope.
Trapper Keeper.
I'm trying to. Trapper Keepers are kind of cool. I do remember going to a Hot Topic and buying I bought those big balls, like the necklace that you wear, like the big chains or whatever. And it had a Marilyn Manson symbol on it, but I didn't know who Marilyn Manson was.
You were like,
And so,
oh, cool.
So the goth kids were like, yo, Marilyn Manson. I'm like, yep, that's right. I'm like, because I didn't really have access to music.
You can't jump.
I'm stuck. I can't do anything.
You broke the game?
There we
Yeah,
go.
you need to move.
Damn, love when you break
What is
stuff.
you?
Embarrassed though, I mean, like in retrospect, I'm like, well, that was embarrassing.
I had a wallet
If-
chain. That was embarrassing.
We all did.
I
Did you have the
love-
belt buckle with
I
your name
never
on
did,
it? With your initial on it?
Oh no, absolutely not.
Oh, I totally
Ha.
have. Oh, you just slapped a woman.
I listened to ska. I'm not really embarrassed.
It's a
of that,
seesaw,
though.
Lawrence.
I
I liked ska a lot.
I think
I still like ska.
I think I remember. I think it was 6th or 7th grade, something like that. I made a conscious decision that
Go to the Target.
I was
please.
going to be a cool kid, and I was like, if anyone asks, I'm only going to say I watch like ESPN and MTV, and I'm only going to wear like these jeans and this shirt, and I worked for about a week because then I ran out of clothes and things to talk about, and then I realized I'm a fucking nerd.
Yeah,
who
just be a nerd.
likes nerdy
I don't
shit.
think I'm an agile character.
Just be
I went
nerd.
back and read my Terminator
Your Halo.
and Predator.
Your Halo fan
Halo
fiction?
wasn't out yet,
Oh,
but I would read Predator comics because those are cool.
those are cool.
Yeah.
Gosh, that screen's
So
annoying.
stand there and hit B. There you go. Now I'll hit A, and then you'll jump up there.
Oh my gosh.
Jingo
you
jeans
jump
were
to
cool
there.
though, so whatever.
They're
Next question.
coming
from
back.
Papa Fog. Do you, any of the Funhaus members, follow esports at all? If not, do you ever see yourselves making an effort to start? Granted, it gets popular enough to warrant your attention. So, Lawrence, you reported on esports for a while, right?
I did.
Yeah.
As an esports reporter.
You hated it.
Stupid job. Yeah, because so that revealed a few truths to me. One is that you cannot report on all esports because there's going to be some dude who has played Dota for 5 years is going to know more about the game than you do.
Well, yeah.
And he's going to tell you exactly how dumb you are.
It's strange though, because then like networks like ESPN can within the same breath go from a football, like an NFL draft pick, to like the top golfers to like
You know
like
why?
a curling.
I'm gonna say something that's
segment.
gonna make everybody angry right now.
Uh-oh.
So not you guys, but the audience.
You're anti-consumer,
Do
Bruce.
you know why? Because
Why?
on ESPN and typical like sports jocks, they don't give a shit whether or not you watch baseball or basketball or football. They don't care. So they might be an expert in one field, but they're not going to come at you and be like, "Oh, you didn't say this one guy with this one stat." Like, but on the internet, they will do that. To
Yeah,
you.
they absolutely will.
Oh,
So
okay.
they are a little more highfalutin on the internet than they are in actual real life.
Well,
Gotcha.
it's frustrating because I've seen a lot of networks be like, "Why don't we just do Sports Center but for esports? It's gotta work." It never does. Because what happens is you end up hiring a host who doesn't know anything about esports, and then partnering them with maybe somebody who does know about esports. But then you get this really weird, disparate conversation where, I don't know, somebody is like saying all this really technical, intricate stuff. Everyone else is lost, and then. Like, people just go to the sources they already trust for esports news, and typically those are like YouTubers or like publisher-funded stuff, like the Riot's WCS or International for Dota 2. Like, I don't know. There's not a big market for like third-party coverage of anything esports yet.
Right.
And everybody keeps trying. It's one of those things that it's like, it worked over there, why doesn't it work over here? Well, it's a
Right.
different audience, it's a different sport.
Well, strange enough, I went and saw Inside Out this weekend, and right before the movie started, they did the Fathom events thing where they're like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
like, see Rift Tracks live, whatever, and they did one where they're like, esports live, and they were never clear which game it was. It just said esports live, digital games,
Digital
live.
sports.
I wonder which one it was.
Sports ball,
I'm gonna guess League.
Yeah, it was probably League, right?
probably League, or maybe StarCraft. I don't know.
Well, ever since people have been doing their own esports meetup events at like Dave's and Buster's. Used to be
Yeah.
called Barcraft, but now StarCraft isn't popular anymore, so they just call it whatever.
League of Legends craft.
There you go.
I don't know. Get drunk and watch games.
Anyway, I still watch StarCraft, but I'm the only one.
I'd watch a Hearthstone tournament. That'd be fun because I can
Really?
actually follow the game.
Yeah, it's relatively easy to follow.
Yeah.
But I won't watch. What's it called? Heroes. I play Heroes and I like Heroes, but I won't watch it.
Well, we went to a tournament.
I was trying to watch it.
And we were watching, and we were like, we actually know how to play this game, and we don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
We ended up coming back here to the office and playing with Gus.
Yeah, that was another thing too. That's another big separation that people haven't really turned their brain over on. Is that when you watch someone play in the World Series or whatever, like they're playing in this huge, perfect baseball stadium and stuff. It's kind of difficult to gather up 2 full baseball teams and go out with your friends and play baseball, right? You can't just do that. But if you're watching someone play Heroes,
You can play it. Yeah.
you can just turn it on.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
play it. And it may not be as competitive or the same full experience, but it's going to be pretty close
Yeah, no, you're
to everything they're
absolutely right.
experiencing on stage, you know? So I think that's a difference between conventional sports and esports that a lot of people haven't wrapped their heads around.
Yeah, that's true.
That also points at another, like the ability to appreciate what you're seeing on screen without having played the game. You can give somebody a rundown of the rules of baseball or football, and then sit them down and watch a game, and they might ask a few questions, but largely I think they would get the back and forth.
Yeah.
They'd get the tension of the match. They'd get the the critical pivotal moments of the game. That does not happen in League or Dota or even StarCraft. Like maybe a shooter like Call of Duty or Counter-Strike, people can just wrap their heads around, but
I've tried to figure, like I've actually tried, and it's
very hard.
Yeah, and it's very hard. Maybe it's because we're old, but I keep trying because I don't want to be old. You know, like I want to be like, all right, I get this, but I don't know, I can't figure it out yet.
It's sort of, for me personally, it's just kind of hard to watch.
Yeah.
Like it's just, even people were complaining about our Smite gameplay. They're like you guys are funny, but I didn't understand what was happening. I'm like, I don't blame you. Like you saw a lot of, unless you play the game and you're just seeing a lot of flashing lights.
Right.
And when we all coordinate our alts together and we get and we're like, oh, we did it. People are like, they seem happy, so that's good.
We did it.
I don't know. Next question from Robot Boots. On average, how long does it take to edit a video?
It's a good question.
What do you guys think?
It depends on the video. But I would say if it's a typical like Funhaus joint, like if it has your photoshops, your rapid cuts, all that kind of thing, I would say like start to finish maybe about 8 hours man work. And that's including rounds of notes, that's including weird fuck ups, that's including any doctoring that has to happen to the original footage.
Yeah.
Just like I think that's a pretty safe baseline.
But it's funny because like you say 8 hours and you're about right, but it's not like a full day.
Yeah, it's not continuous.
Like
you get interrupted, we go to lunch.
Yeah, we're
we
not
have
doing
meetings.
8 hours of work in one day. So it ends up usually taking around 2 days.
Day and a half,
Yeah.
A day and a half to 2 days, yeah, that's true.
And there's different videos too, like putting up a podcast or something else, like doesn't get as much attention because it's usually unedited.
Yeah, I mean the turnaround on that is like 2 hours maybe.
It's real quick.
So, I mean, and this is just so you guys get a peek behind the curtain. This is what we have to consider when it comes to like what series we work on or what videos we decide to do in a given week. It's all there's a whole cup and shell that you guys don't see behind the scenes of budgeting, who's available for what, who's out of the office. Like, are we taking on new projects that are going to take a little more overhead, all that kind of stuff.
Well, it's also, and then you get into a whole nother territory where we really like to play games together sometimes too, like Ark and the GTA heists and stuff like that. But then you get into the issue of we have to then do multicam controls on it and then go back. And once we have the full multicam, I think Lawrence cuts the video first, gets the pieces that he knows. Gets the pieces that he knows wants to be in the final finished product, and then multicams that. But like, I think Spool and I both just sit down with the game, multicam it as though we were watching it live, and then go back and fine tune it afterwards. And then that means that you're left with an hour to an hour and a half footage that you have to watch all the way through multicam and then go back and then do what would be the like probably 8 hour edit.
Yeah, and those projects will sometimes just throw in fun little quirks that were like, why did like, oh, Adobe Creative Cloud updated today and now we're missing this one feature. Right. It's like, ugh.
Or just it won't pause. Like it's just playing and it won't stop. So those things, they're always unexpected, and they can take another hour or two to figure out. So.
Yeah. Different projects take different amount of time. Like we're cutting a live action thing right now, and that was kind of a production headache because we didn't technically have a camera guy or a sound guy, and so I have a couple shots of like Joel naked with his shirt off holding a boom mic because we had to like switch around like that.
Well, I wrote a script that included everyone.
Yeah.
Which I guess was a mistake.
No, that's not
well,
a mistake.
the thing is,
That's what you wanted.
You kept certain people out of certain shots at certain times, but it forced us to be really creative.
Yeah. So like our intern at one point was holding the audio, like doing the audio
and Matt
and
Peak
stuff.
was running the camera.
Matt Peak was doing camera, so it's tough. We definitely have to improvise basically everything we do here every single day.
Yeah.
That's true.
But we learn.
Next question from Liddy. Hello, Funhaus. What video game from past and present had the best intro? The best intro.
Wait,
What do you
will
mean
Funhaus ever
intro?
visit?
I'll get to that one.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I'm gonna say Lost Odyssey.
Best intro.
Lost Odyssey.
Yeah, it had a really cool like giant cinematic, and it was like this dude running through a battlefield, chopping up all these guys, and then he just like gets done owning some fools, and then he just like steps off, and the camera pans around, and it blends from video to in-engine at that moment, and then like the UI comes up and you're playing. So it's just like that really cool moment if you're in like movie mode and you're watching, you're like cool, and then the interface pops up and you're like, oh, it's a game now. That's cool. And I remember Metal Gear Solid 4 did that too. That was pretty cool.
I'm also going to go with Japanese video game, and I go to Kingdom Hearts 1 because it's like this weird kind of Japanese J-pop music video.
Man, it's super fucking weird.
It's yeah.
The one where you have to like pick magic, strength, or
No. The intro is like it's like a cutscene. It's that music video.
Utada Hikaru.
Yeah, the simple and clean.
Yeah.
And
Where
like
he's like falling into the ocean.
yeah, and I was in high school and I'm like, I don't know what this is, but I like it, and my body feels weird, and
My
I think
pants are
that,
tight.
I think that the song is better
What is this
in
magical culture?
Japanese.
Kingdom Hearts 2, though.
I don't
The
rem-
intro to Kingdom Hearts 2, I think, had a even somehow more Japanese
no.
like J-pop. But on that same vein, I was gonna say Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy VIII had a badass
yeah.
That,
intro,
they ended up using that
Yeah, with
theme
like
song.
Cypher and Squall beating the shit out of each
which
other.
is actually like part of the story.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
what I like
because it
about
opens up
too.
just after that with like
yeah.
Squall's in
And
the
they're
hospital.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I got cut in the face.
God damn it,
with
Cypher.
with a gun blade. No, I remember they ended up using that intro music in like a some like a Olympic swim team.
Really?
Like did a coordinated. Did you just yawn?
No, I didn't. I'm really interested. I actually didn't know that though.
Fethos,
About the
Wusek,
Olympics.
whatever.
Yeah, it's a really good theme song actually. I remember
That's alright.
that was one of my favorite parts of 8 because the rest of the game was a little underwhelming.
I'll say it. Half-Life 2 because
Oh, yeah.
you're immediately in the game and
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff that you can't do that you're like, why can't I do this? And finally figure out you're in the intro, which I appreciated. It's funny because like you're frustrated at first. You're like, this is dumb. I don't like this. And then I don't know, for some reason it just clicks right away and you get it and you're like, oh, okay, this is the intro to the game, and you're immediately put in the game, which I appreciate. So
Half-Life 2, not Half-Life 1?
correct, Half-Life 2.
Half-Life 2 is a lot shorter.
It is a lot shorter,
Yeah.
which I appreciate.
Yeah.
I know there's there's a bunch in my head. I'm trying to think of like different time periods when I was growing up because like I remember when I was younger I had a Mac so I couldn't play a lot of games, so we had a lot of like Day of the Tentacle and like Sam and Max type games,
yeah.
and yeah, so different time periods in my life I had different intros that really like set you up for the game, and like you were like, yeah, I'm in, let's do it, but yeah, the biggest one I can think of is Kingdom Hearts.
And then he also says, will Funhaus ever visit Asia, specifically Singapore?
God, I wish.
Yeah, I've been to Singapore.
I want to go to
It's
Singapore.
awesome.
Aren't
I
you
wanna
allowed
go
to
back.
you can't spit, right?
Okay, so Singapore is like known for
You get
having
caned, right?
This is a
it's
freedom
known for
cap.
having a bunch of laws and stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Spit
there
wherever
was
you
that
want.
American who went and got caned because he fucking graffitied up the place.
Yeah, no,
Sure,
and I'm
yeah.
glad he got his ass caned. I'll say this about Singapore: it like almost makes a joke about all the rules it has. Like you can get a T-shirt that shows all the different rules, and yeah, there's no chewing gum,
that's
no
right.
stuff like
What?
that. But
You like can't hold hands in public with like a significant other or something like that.
I don't know about that. I don't think that's true at all. I think you're
maybe
thinking
it's-
of the United Arab Emirates.
Possible.
Uh-oh, something happened to Tim.
He's a ghost.
Tim,
Punch the tree.
How'd you get over there? Where are you?
it just started me here.
So-
Anyway, Singapore's really, it like, for as many rules as it has, it's super fucking clean. It's like utterly clean and beautiful everywhere, and like the public transportation was awesome while I was there, and everything was really cheap when I was
So
there.
is Oceania in the book 1984. Oceania? Oceania.
Oceania is
Oceania.
like the Australian continent.
But that's what it's called though. In
Do you guys
1984.
remember that board game called Passport? You had a little
wrong with
thing,
Tim?
and then you would acquire passports,
Yeah, I
and the
did.
guy would talk to you, and he's like, "You're headed to Oceania."
I do remember that,
And I was
yes.
like, "Where are you sending me?"
to a
But
work camp?
we would love to go to. I would love to go to Japan. I know
Yeah.
you've been.
Yeah, I think Adam Ellis is going soon, and I'm very jealous that he's going to Japan. That's like the one country I want to so badly revisit, and I want to take so many people with me.
Yeah,
I
I
went to
would.
Japan on a singboard trip as well, so I've also been-
Shut up.
and Hong Kong.
All right, rich boy.
Ah, Jeez, James, so
I-
world traveled.
I haven't
Yeah,
been to
I am.
any of those places.
There
I
it
know,
was.
neither have I.
Cool.
I
So
wanna
the
go.
next time we have an argument about anything vaguely Asian, Lawrence, I win.
I can't argue
Because you were
with
there
that
for a
topic.
week.
Yeah.
Let's see. The next question. This is from Nightmare X. Nightmare X. 75. Who is the greatest American hero in video games? Your dad for
Raw America.
Raw America, yeah. that's it.
Or Uncle Zeus. for
President Wolf from Full Metal Chaos? I can't remember his name. He gets into a mech to defend America. That's
right.
Pretty cool.
From the evil vice president.
There's also a senator you have to fight in what was that game called? Metal Gear, Raiden, whatever.
Solidus? He was the president, dog.
No. The Platinum Games one. I'm blanking.
Oh, Vanquish?
No, not Vanquish. No, they made a Metal Gear game where he plays.
Oh,
Raiden.
Rising. Yeah.
Rising. There it is. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, the dude in the robot suit.
Yeah, you like fight like a senator at the end. He's like the boss. You fight him on top of like a Metal Gear Ray or something like that. I completely forgot. The game was a blur in my brain.
Metal Gear has a great story, Adam.
No, it doesn't. No,
That's the greatest story.
It's just fun to play.
Greatest American hero. Are there any American heroes in these games? Is Sam Fisher American?
Yeah.
Blaskowitz is pretty.
Technically.
Oh,
fucking
Blaskowitz.
bad.
Yeah,
bad
Blaskowitz. I'm with you.
There you go. Perfect.
Even when he's transported to a different time where Nazis are the default.
Doesn't matter.
Yep,
America
nope.
still wins.
He's like,
Was it-
America, fuck yeah.
Was it two bad dudes or two bad dudes?
Oh, bad dudes. Yeah, they got to
Did
save
they-
the
They
president.
have to save the president and get a cheeseburger at the end.
Kidnapped by ninjas.
It was something, yeah, it's like kidnapped by ninjas.
How the fuck do you open this door?
Yeah, I've been watching you guys.
The rest of the game is over there.
I'm making some progress
That's
on
a-
my side.
that's a
I don't know where you are.
That's a ladder.
You're hanging out with a little girl in a ditch.
You got it.
That's fun.
Next question
Oh.
from Slam. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no! I was gonna say the only other thing I think of is in Hitman. One of them, I forget. Contracts, Blood Money. I forget which one, but you. I think the second to last levels, you have to kill the vice president.
What?
Yeah, and you're like, just think of the White House, and he's just like walking on the lawn, and he's like,
Holy shit.
well, there's a reason. He's a bad guy.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
Well, why else would you hit? Yeah. No.
You're right. Next question from Slamasaur. What's your favorite comic line or story arc from any distributor? So basically your favorite comic story arc.
One Piece, all of it.
Oh my god.
God, oh man, the worst thing in the world happened this weekend, Lawrence.
You found out that
You
Michael.
could
was
have read
in
One Piece but didn't.
No, the opposite.
Oh, you
I spent
did
a
read
lot
One
of time reading One Piece and caught up to all, not the published Japanese manga, but I caught up to all the American.
The fan
But
section?
that means I only have about, I think, 3 volumes left of Japanese manga to catch up on. And of course, it ended with like the biggest fucking cliffhanger in the world. Oh, I tripped over that one.
When he's saying distributor, so he's just saying
Like
comic.
Any comic. Basically.
Oh, okay, comic. Oh,
I figured Adam was going to say not year one.
Dark Knight Returns?
Dark Knight Returns
Dark
or
Knight
Killing Joke, maybe?
No, well, that's not
Who's
even.
going to be the douche and say Watchmen? Just get it out
Oh,
of the
I
way.
was going to say.
There you go.
I'll be the douche.
Watchmen is fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
Watchmen's great. Yeah, it's
My favorite Spider-Man storyline. There was one.
Carnage?
the Clone Saga.
No, Maximum Carnage is pretty sweet, but
Yeah, it is.
no, there was an arc like I want to say 2000 or so. It's when Straczynski first started writing for Spider-Man. But basically, there was this whole thing where like he was basically rewriting part of Spider-Man's origin, which has happened many times. But I kind of liked his approach. He's basically saying like, okay, you are this like animalistic totem, and then all your villains are animalistic as well. Basically, you're part of this like giant spiritual fight between all
Like
these.
Madam Web.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, it got a little spiritual with it, but basically the implication was you were chosen to be like the link between Spider and man, and that was going to happen whether or not that Spider got irradiated. It was just
Yeah.
incidental. And then he found this other dude who also had spider powers, and it was a neat kind of rework of the origin story. And it introduced a cool villain, Morlun, that no one remembers.
It doesn't
Yeah.
sound very cool. None of that sounds cool. He's unremembered, and he has a stupid name.
He was like this dude who fed on superpowers, and that's not unique to comic books, but
Tyler from Heroes?
but it made for some good fights. That's it.
Okay.
All right, okay.
That's it.
God, I've read a lot. Like I went through the Court of Owls recently, and then
I
Hush.
have to read that.
It's really good. It's really good. All the Snyder stuff has been really good. Batman, all the New 52 stuff. Oh, you know what?
Except it's all casually sexist.
I'm gonna get the name wrong. God damn it, because the new Gods and Monsters thing is out. But was it Justice League Gods Among Us? Is that what it's? No, that's Injustice.
That's Injustice. Yeah.
Oh, it's the Alex Ross thing he did. Fuck, it's like Kingdom Come.
Oh, it's great.
Oh.
Kingdom
That's
Come's
a great
amazing.
that's a great comic.
Yeah, I
read
think
that.
that's my favorite run.
great.
Just it's very Watchmen, but with all the DC heroes, and the art style is like a Sam Rockwell. No, what's his name?
Yeah, I know who you're talking
The
about.
fucking
The dude
Hometown
who does-
Buffet.
Yeah.
Norman Rockwell.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's very
okay, I see.
the art style is amazing.
I was trying to remember it, and I couldn't either.
And I like the idea that it's like it's old Justice League, and yeah, the story's like fairly dark, pretty good.
How edgy though? I like dark.
So that's the thing. Like I was going through the Civil War saga, and I just stopped after a point when it started forcing me to read X-Force, and I was like, because the art style was shit.
That's the thing with comics.
Is
A lot of
Linfield still
times,
doing it?
I've said it before,
No, it's way
but
over.
sometimes the best way to read a comic is to read the Wikipedia for that story arc. Like Age of Apocalypse, man.
Apocalypse is so cool.
It's such a great concept.
I read that whole thing.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
I read it too, but I like read
I
it
don't remember
after
what happens,
the fact.
by the way.
Because it's not very well done. Like
Yeah. Well, I
it's
think
designed to sell comics, which means
Yeah.
that they spread it across a bunch of things and they have 4 writers all working towards a different goal and stuff. But
Yeah.
man, Age of Apocalypse is an utter disappointment.
My favorite runs are the ones that end.
Yeah,
That's the thing, like
that's
that-
why I like Watchmen and like you said, Kingdom
Yeah.
Come, because it's like one thing.
Well, so the Civil War, I think, was Marvel's attempt at being a bit more. They're trying to be a bit more adult, but they can't seem to break the 14-year-old age range. So like, they can't break that ceiling. So I always thought DC was just always spoke to me more as like, because it always felt older, like more adult.
Interesting.
DC stuff was just always better.
See, I always felt the opposite because DC. Maybe this is total prejudice, but to me, it's like DC has characters named like Captain Cold.
Yeah.
And
Their
I don't
names
know.
are bad.
Sure.
The names are always really bad, and it's like there's so much like Silver Age still embedded in DC.
Yeah.
And to me, that's just super lame. But then again, Marvel's the opposite. Like, to me, they're just like super 80s edgy.
Marvel to me just reminds me of Pogs. I don't know.
I know what you mean.
A lot of it has to do because there was a big resurgence of Marvel in the 90s when Avi Arad or whatever took over and was making the cartoons on Fox.
Oh, yeah.
And so they did the X-Men cartoon, the Spider-Man cartoon. So like that was like his first step. And then when the movie stuff started taking off, that all had a very like early 2000s vibe. Like I don't know, Marvel.
Oh, like the X-Men reboot.
Yeah, it always feels really
All
dated.
the leather.
Yeah.
I need to go back and watch that. Man, I love watching movies outside their time.
I just remember the intros were so good and like so expensive. Clearly, they had like really intricate animated openings and stuff, and then the animation in the cartoon was so bad.
Whoop,
Like
sorry.
like the X-Men cartoon, like the animation's just shit.
It's really bad, yeah.
Like Wolverine looks really awkward. He's just always wearing his suit, which is always kind of weird too. It's like he's laying in bed
Sometimes
wearing
when
his
he's on his
full outfit.
motorcycle, he's wearing normal clothes.
There's a point though. I think it's like season 3 or season 4 of that show where then they had even less money.
Yeah.
But they also, for some reason, the artist discovered shading.
Ooh.
Like so, like it's like Gambit's face, but half of it is
yeah.
just blacked out, like just because they're like shading.
So Watchmen.
Yeah, Watchmen.
Okay, Watchmen's
Watchmen. Oh, I also want to shout out like when they did Ultimate Marvel stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty badass. That was a smart move.
You
because-
got me into for the comics.
Yeah, for the comics. Like
Yeah.
doing Ultimate Avengers is really good. It's a really refreshing new take on heroes that definitely needed a new take. And then Ultimate Spider-Man's good, except that they ruin Gwen Stacy. But
Yeah, they also raced through like every prominent plot arc of Spider-Man.
but it's a cool way to like almost get that Wikipedia, like that Cliff's
I guess
Notes,
you're right, yeah.
as opposed to going back and reading 500 issues of Amazing Spider-Man, which
That's
most
fair.
of them probably aren't worth it.
I just felt like is Ultimate's just gonna be like another recap of all the high points of all of these various comics, but I know Avengers wasn't like that. They actually reworked a lot of the characters to make them more appropriate.
Yeah.
But for
Thor's,
Spider-Man, it was like,
homeless
oh,
man.
like they basically rushed through.
That's
Kind
true.
of. He's
There's a
yeah.
homeless man?
No,
That's
he's
awesome.
like a cult dude.
They did
like,
a black suit Spider-Man
He's
arc,
like a
really
new
quickly.
age hippie that has superpowers.
And then they got to Carnage like right away. Like, okay, you're gonna run out of ideas.
Try happening over.
Anyways,
Yeah, Slamasaur asked a question. What's your favorite comic line? Oh, wait, we already did that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we already did
Sorry, we're at the end of this page. This is the Legan Bass asks a very long question. There have been several mentions of the Total War franchise in the background of videos, which makes me wonder how many of you are fans. If you're a fan of
oh boy,
Total
this guy
War,
really loves Total
which
War.
one is your favorite? This also makes me
Call
wonder,
me.
what's one of your favorite non-popular games? One question, please, guys. The things that people may not have heard of are things you come back to long after they're popular. I don't think anyone here plays Total War, except for maybe Lawrence.
James?
I played a few of them.
I tried to play Total War and it wouldn't run on my computer.
Bull, Total War, PC exclusive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you play it?
No.
Hypocrite?
All right, so he doesn't play it.
All right.
Yeah.
Nobody's really a fan of Total War. Maybe Joel is. Who cares? This also. What's one of your favorite non-popular games?
Non-popular
I
games.
mean, Lawrence has got like 50 of them.
Yeah,
I was
all of
gonna
them.
say.
Assassin's Creed 1,
I don't know what constitutes non-popular.
It sold like 17 million
Probably that's
copies.
something that didn't sell very well.
Beat Mania.
I don't know how it's sold, but Catherine, I think, is one of the
Yeah,
best
Catherine's
games
fucking
ever.
rules.
Catherine's an awesome game that is both a game and a store and a narrative experience and like a
And, like, it tackles adult
psychological
themes.
study kind of thing.
It's the game that a lot of people want and say they want but didn't play or buy.
yeah.
Oh, I would say in the same vein, Enslaved.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I think, was Team Ninja?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do great freaking work.
Aha, a pile of poop. Wait, that's not poop.
No, it's just
Oh, you're
flowers.
playing the game. I see.
Sorry. No, I love
it's fine.
Enslaved.
Yeah, Heavenly Sword, DMC, Enslaved. Enslaved, I think, from a narrative perspective, that was my favorite one because
Yeah.
Andy Serkis like owned it. And I know we always kind of give games shit for no one cares about the narrative sort of thing, but like I really love the story in Enslaved.
It was cool.
Well, we
Yeah.
don't have a. It's when you prioritize.
Yeah.
To be
Right,
clear,
yeah.
it's when you prioritize the narrative above all other
It's when you
things.
put gameplay behind
Yeah.
the story.
and it was
It
yeah,
had
it had
such
the
a it had
gameplay.
such a bittersweet ending.
It had the setting for sure. I love that. Like, there's a fuck. Somebody said what that was called.
Dystopian.
No, just like
future.
not necessarily dystopian, but just like nature overtaking
Isn't it?
civilization.
Oh.
There's a specific word for
Astral.
that.
It's called Last of Us.
Portal 2 had that. Yeah, Last of Us. Just like
It is-
skyscrapers with like vines and stuff
So
growing
that's
through.
sort of like a crazy thing. I think there was a documentary I've
Turkey
been
drum.
meaning to watch. It's called like After We're Gone,
Diminished something.
and it was like a. The idea was they were showing like CGI creations of Earth, what it would look like 1,000 years after we're gone. And the thing like they were kind of pointing out is like people always talk about how like we're destroying the Earth and all that stuff. It's like the minute you leave something alone for like 5 minutes, a tree will destroy it. Like the Earth will retake anything we do to it because it is just it's so powerful. Basically,
I'll say this.
Maybe not.
Plants will destroy
Melt
anything
the
we
ice
build.
caps. That'll
I'm
leave
gonna
a
say.
mark.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say what everyone else is afraid to say.
Okay.
Trees are worse than humans.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Taking over the
trees.
earth,
Why is
making
that?
it their own.
Well, we need
Because
them
of what
to
Adam
live.
just said.
Fuck you, trees.
Yeah.
Well, trees need us. Well, they don't need us to live.
No.
But they need the earth to live.
Well, I thought they breathe our carbon monoxide or whatever.
That existed before we got here.
I don't know how
We're
it
just
works.
we're making way too much of it. Is the problem.
Photosynthesis. Either way,
Yeah.
trees are gonna kill us, so
Yep.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Next question from Diabetes.
Let's kill him first.
How many times can James bench press spool?
Well, how much do you weigh?
Spool, how much do you weigh?
I weigh 150.
A shit ton.
Yeah, so a ton.
A lot of
A
times.
fucking million times.
I do want to see this, but
Whoop.
unfortunately we don't have the.
You're right.
If
I'm
he
gonna
wants to
move-
try it, he can lie down, and I can try and bench press him now.
You want to
We
try
can
that?
rack him for you.
Stay
150,
back
yeah.
flat.
We gotta move out of the way of the webcam.
Okay.
Flat.
So I don't have my hand on your.
This is an open house, but
It might
whatever.
be easier.
I'll try and hold you guys stable.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna
So lay, you gotta lay it like that's pretty good. Yeah.
Here?
Yeah, that'll work.
So I guess it spools on his back, so you can have one on his shoulder, one
I
on
would
your.
probably need one on his thigh.
Oh, you want him
and
to lay
then
on
one-
his side.
I mean, probably that'd probably be the easiest. And then a hand
Taking all
on
the
his neck.
sharp optics.
Or
Oh.
I could put a hand on his chest and then another on his thigh, and then he'll have to keep himself straight.
Like a sword.
From my bag.
Strong core.
I'll hold him up.
I just ate like 2 pizzas this weekend. So
Bruce, you gonna be spotter?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold spool up.
Let's try flipping the other way, so that way I don't have to set the penis.
So close.
I know.
You need a.
Lawrence, you might be in the
I
way.
need like a crab. I need a crab walk like on top. Of
Yeah,
the-
exactly.
I was thinking I was going to.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you're really in the way.
Uh, me.
No, that's fine. It's all right.
All right, spool, you got it.
Watch
Can you stick your legs out?
I was gonna say-
Your head's fine.
The advantage of an actual bench is it's designed to be lifted many times. Spool, on the other hand.
Yeah.
Wait, are you helping Bruce? I
Well, he's
I'm
keeping
trying
full
to- I'm
flight.
trying to balance.
Whoa.
think that's 3.
4,
All right.
5, 6,
I can fly.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nice job, spool. 12, 13,
Don't hurt yourself.
14,
think a spool's turning
15,
red. This is exerting.
16, 17. He's doing a good job.
He's working his
18,
core. He's holding his
19,
Well, I'm trying to stay
20. Oh, that was good. That was good. That was,
Wow.
good. That was really good. Nice job, Spool and
much,
James.
Spool.
That was good teamwork there.
That was
Now,
mostly-
Bruce, bend over.
What?
Perfect.
What do you? What?
I'm gonna exercise behind you.
Oh.
Hey, you.
Wow.
Bull and I are going to join Cirque du Soleil.
That was really good.
Take that, Blaine.
I could just hear your like hands popping. And
Ew.
stuff.
That is a pube.
Yeah. It's been there for a long
You were
time.
here this weekend, right?
I was.
Alone,
It's
right?
your pube.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Straight pube in it. Raw dog pube in
Speaking
it.
of pube, I got
Oh,
You got some
pubes
spool
all over
pubes.
my hand.
Spool pubes.
and pubes.
Hard to top
Those are
that
for you.
question.
Those are
So what was the
for
answer?
you.
20?
20. Yep.
20.
yeah.
The answer is
20
20.
times.
Crumbleina, the 4th of July is known for being a barbecue, fireworks, and family sort of holiday. And that theme is over and done, so give it a makeover. What's the new theme?
For 4th of July?
Russian independence.
Awkward parties.
New theme?
Huh.
Joel?
4th of Drug Lie.
I think
Yeah, everybody knows drugs.
I don't. So I did some research a little while ago. Billy Joel is like one of the most celebrated singers, musicians in the world. We do not have a Billy Joel day.
What?
All right, 4th of July is Billy Joel
Just
Day.
all Billy Joel. So You wake up in the morning, you go, Uptown Girl, she's been living, and that's it.
Adam, what is your favorite day that is designated for a specific singer?
Huh. Is there one?
Is there a
Michael
designated
Jackson
singer day? Yeah, is there a Michael Jackson day?
Michael Jackson Day would be fun.
Because we don't do that in America.
Because we'd listen to Alien Ant Farm all day. That'd be cool. Was it Annie Yoke came on twice last week?
Oh man, I love
Yeah,
that
you
song.
called me.
Yeah, that was one of the
Called me
times.
in the morning, and I was like, "Hello, what's wrong, Adam? What's going on?" Like, "Oh no, just listen." And I was like, "I can't hear anything." You're like, "Oh well, Alien Ant Farm is playing."
That's kind of how my brain works.
Mr. Gabby Wabby, you have unlimited freedom from Rooster Teeth. What gameplay, machinima or live-action series would you like to create?
Do we also have unlimited budget?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I was gonna
unlimited
say-
budget is what we need.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll assume it's unlimited budget.
I was gonna say we'd give Bernie and Matt any stupid idea and then go for
Yeah,
it.
they'll
Does this
yeah.
also
Yeah.
mean like this show has to get viewers? Because I just want to make Cinematech again.
Okay.
All right, so
So basically,
Lawrence is
saying we
gonna
could
make Cinematech.
we could make whatever we want. Is basically what you're saying.
I would love to make an animated series.
One on the right.
That's what I want to make.
Animated would be great.
An animated series of us. That's what I want to do.
You gotta throw this thing at him?
Yeah, that's how this happened in the movie.
Just shoot him and then I'll throw the thing at him.
Similar to Tim and Eric, or maybe just Tim Heidecker, I don't know.
Nope.
I like doing things that are unexpected of us. So at some point, I want to just do a full, like, no humor. I just want to do a drama.
Okay.
And I want it to be, like, ultra cheesy, or maybe not cheesy, but just, like, just really dramatic. Like us crying, I want to make people, like, sad. I don't
Will
know.
Ferrell has been doing that, and he does like these weird television specials.
He did the Lifetime thing, yeah.
He has this Lifetime one coming out, and then Towers of Babylon was a little bit funnier, but they were still like very much allowed him to play a serious role.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
in the movie Stranger Than Fiction.
I think we should. I would
was
want us to
awesome.
do a shot-for-shot remake of every single episode of Big Bang Theory.
oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
pretty good.
We have a recreation of the set that's like each one is 75. It's 75% the scale
Yeah.
of the
little
full
smaller,
set. So it's a little smaller, but we're still the same
I like
size.
that.
And then all of
this
them,
idea.
all of the dialogue is in
With-
gibberish.
With or without laugh track?
With.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The laugh
Except
track.
it never
Do we get
stops.
Do we get $1
Except
million
for
an
75%
episode like they
as
do?
loud.
No, we get very little money per episode.
Yeah.
We get 75% of
$1 million?
I want that.
less than $1 million.
Oh, we didn't get
Okay,
True
all right.
Survivor.
Oh, whatever.
I say we take out every other line
Aw.
from the script and see if anyone notices.
They won't. The answer is they won't.
Yeah. Because as long as you say the punchline and go, Halo, they're
We make a big
nerds.
deal about getting Charlie Sheen in one episode, even though he was never on that show.
Yeah. It's just because everyone watching is just a corpse, just like, because it's a bunch of old people who died.
The audience is a bunch of skeletons.
So this is what nerds are like. How approachable and unintimidating.
Well, it's your grandmother who's on Medicaid who fell asleep watching CBS at whatever 8 p.m. and it's like, well, it's the highest rated show because she's a Nielsen
Because everybody
viewer.
died
on
watching it.
TV. Meanwhile, the music video from
All the
fucking Taylor Swift gets 10 times the views.
all the ads are for skeletal cream. I can't figure it out.
I'm
Hold
also,
on,
I'm also
muttering.
watching. He's talking about Taylor Swift.
Yeah, Lawrence, you guys were listening to Lawrence.
What's the name of that new Demi Lovato song?
Cool for the summer.
Cool for the summer.
Yeah. It ain't bad.
I know, it isn't.
That ain't
That's
bad.
the
Angry.
subtitle. Cool for the summer. It ain't
It
bad.
ain't bad.
This is E.G. McDonald 09. What's your favorite breakfast cereal? Captain Crunch for me.
Reese's Puffs.
I don't have one.
I like.
this is
I don't.
like
I don't
chops the roof
really
of your mouth.
eat breakfast
Yeah,
cereal.
neither do I.
Captain Crunch.
But I like
that's-
things that have like almond slices in them or something, like almond nut crunch or something
I
like
like
that.
grape nuts. You ever had
Grape nuts. Oh, I'm a big fan of grape. I used to
Oh.
have grape nuts every day.
Old
Yeah,
person
that's good.
cereal.
It is an old person cereal, but it's good for you. That's why.
I mean, you seriously, you don't have just like a favorite one? I don't
I
think they're
don't.
asking
I
like...
never eat breakfast. Do you see me? I eat a fucking balance bar.
Yeah,
I know,
It's
but
half
well,
of the
no, I
protein bar.
don't think they're asking what do you eat now,
Just
but
in
it's like
history, like
yeah,
ever,
like,
as
do-
a kid or
No,
anything?
no, I didn't have.
like
so remember,
Cookie Crisp. I mean,
no,
it's just
I was-
cookies in cereal.
I was allergic to sugar until I was like 12 or 13 years old, so I never
that's-
had breakfast cereal either.
God,
Every cereal has sugar in it,
man, sitting there in your Jinko jeans playing Pogs, can't eat awesome
Yeah.
cereal.
but I had wallet change.
Chewing on a cardboard box.
Boo Berry's pretty good.
What's that?
No,
Never had
I-
blueberry?
See, I never liked sugary cereals.
Oh, I'm missing out.
Yeah. Cheerios are good.
I like Captain
are good.
Crunch because
What is this?
it's the
What is
cinnamon
this
sugar
podcast?
that gets into the milk.
Yeah, and
And
you just
then-
have horchata milk.
Yeah, it's so good. I do love horchata. I've had horchata.
Oh,
a
I
lot
know.
lately.
I know. You're a fiend on that horchata.
Yeah, but I mean, my breakfast every morning is it's a
Alright.
piece of bread with meat and an egg on it.
You know,
We're
there's
almost
only,
out of time.
There's
We
only
are?
about
Yeah, I
45
have one-
seconds.
Hold on,
I
skip
have one-
all the way
I
to
have
the
one
last
quick
question.
Oh, okay.
Really?
All the way to the last one.
All right. What's Question from Fred the Free. What is Adam's finger spacing story? Do we need a Kickstarter to make it get told?
I can just
Sorry,
tell
guys.
it now and get it out of the way.
No, I think we're out of time.
Really?
Oh, that's too bad. All right, well, that's the end of the Fat Cast.
Ooh, I think we went a little bit over too. I'm seeing 106 here, so
actually,
we got to
so-
wrap this up right now.
You know, maybe,
Right now.
Maybe. Well, now that we can. Now we can talk about it a little bit. We were talking about trying to get a little competition going with Achievement Hunter because they're doing all their stretch goals.
Oh, right.
Maybe one of them is we tell the finger spacing story.
So if we get 3 million subscribers, we'll tell the finger spacing story.
Maybe.
Oh.
We have time. The best part is it's not that great.
27-hour live stream, the entirety of which is filled with a finger spacing story.
Yeah, I think the idea is we're going to keep trying to one-up Achievement Hunter with one thing. So they're like, it's like, oh, we'll get 2 tattoos of Gavin's nose
But
on
it'll
our
be
body.
up Joel's nose.
Yeah, of course. Better nose.
Our bodies aren't big enough.
Well, shoot. Sorry we didn't get through every question.
Yeah, I thought you guys were going to race through those questions a lot faster than you did.
Sorry.
We elaborated.
Hey, they don't know.
Well, we ended up talking about comic books for like 6 hours.
As far as they know, we read every question.
Sorry
so
about that.
Thank you for all your questions, and thank us for addressing each and every one of them.
Yeah.
Making good progress on Lego Jurassic Park.
Lawrence,
That's
thank
true.
yourself.
Yeah, we got some good work in on Jurassic
Once
World.
we figured out where to go to make the levels be levels.
Dead octopus there.
Thank you everyone for watching live and watching the cut down later, and
Thank
then
you.
listening to us if we could ever get the download version going.
Stealth.
We will.
Is it coming? Is it coming
Yeah,
soon? We're getting
submitted
close?
to iTunes, waiting for them to approve
Okay.
it. Almost there.
Yeah.
Apple takes a long time.
Sorry about that.
Boy,
guys.
do they ever. Also,
Yeah.
they'll reject your feed and not tell you why. So thanks. Thanks
we're
for
gonna
that.
get up on Stitcher, SoundCloud, other stuff.
Yes, everything. It'll probably be up on our Funhaus account on SoundCloud, but it'll be a separate feed on iTunes and Stitcher
Yep.
and all the other podcast apps. So
Very cool.
Soon.
And then I think the new Rooster Teeth site. I don't know when it's coming, but
check with your
it's
local
looking
grocer.
good. Anyway, we're done.
Goodbye,
you.
everybody.
Bye, guys. Thank you for watching.
You guys are the heroes.
I don't think that everyone realizes that. I don't
Yeah,
think
you're
that.
sure,
I don't
sure.
think that like executives realize
Correct,
that. I don't think like
Oh, I
that's
see.
the reason games media gets invited to huge, expensive, and lavish parties and all kinds of things that they shouldn't even be because they have no reach and they have no influence. Like because the marketing people don't know.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh, games media, okay, let's give IGN this thing, and then it gets 40,000 views. Or
Yeah.
that's not a shot at IGN. It's just like in general,
Any
like
gaming media outlet,
and it's
yeah.
like, well, why
Well,
would
they're
you
even
waste
like
that? Like,
individual YouTubers. Like we met